Quick announcement. I recently came across another creator who makes beautiful 3D printed deck boxes. I am not sponsored, I'm not getting a kickback or anything. I got his permission to post a link to his Etsy store down below. Feel free to go check him out. After the video, of course. Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Aaron. Huge thanks to Aaron and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Aaron reached out asking for a $50 budget deck led by Geralf the Flashwright, and I was more than happy to build it for him. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Geralf the Flashwright is a 3-mana 2/3 legendary human warlock. Whenever we cast a spell during our turn other than the first spell that turn, we create a 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature token. Also, whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under our control, we put a +1/+1 counter on it for each other zombie that entered the battlefield under our control this turn. Okay, so Geralf wants us to storm off on our turn. We want to cast as many spells as possible. But we're in mono blue and on a strict budget, so we don't have a ton of shenanigans that we can use to run this deck. Now, just because it says the word black in the text box does not mean this card has a Dimir color identity. Otherwise, creatures with protection from black would be both black and whatever their normal color is. I know a lot of you already know that, but I regularly get angry comments on my videos telling me I messed up when I put the Is It Fetch land in a Simic deck. I do try to own up to my mistakes and become a better content creator and deck builder, but in this case, I'm right. Now, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Even long before this channel was sponsored by Ultimate Guard, they were always my #1 choice when it comes to sleeves or deck boxes. Pick up Ultimate Guard products at your local game store or order them on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm going to be streaming on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. For lands, we're running Scavenger Grounds and 34 islands. Bare bones and basic. Just what we want. For mana ramp, we've got Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Sky Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Thought Vessel, Midnight Clock, Burnished Heart, Solemn Simulacrum, Decanter of Endless Water, Commander's Sphere, Wayfarer's Bauble, Hedron Archive, and High Tide. Pretty straightforward. If we weren't on a budget, I'd probably want Throne of Eldraine, Sapphire Medallion, and Gilded Lotus. Having the ability to tap for lots of blue mana when you're casting a lot of low mana spells is great. Our card advantage package consists of Ancestral Vision, Brainstorm, Birthday Escape, Clairvoyance, Consider, Leap, Mind's Aglow, Obsessive Search, Opt, Otherworldly Gaze, Peak, Portent, Preordain, Quicken, Reach Through Mists, Serum Visions, Shared Discovery, Sleight of Hand, Thought Scour, Archmage Emeritus, Teferi's Ageless Insight, and Frantic Search. Gotta dig through our deck somehow. For interaction, we're running Inevitable Betrayal, Alchemist's Retrieval, Bluster Squall, Dive Down, Fading Hope, Kyora's Dismissal, Piracy Charm, Stern Dismissal, Suspend, Turn Aside, Twiddle, Unsummon, Vapor Snag, Commit Memory, Counterspell, and Negate. A good mix of counterspells, protection, and bounce effects. To reset the board, we've got Icy Blast, Aetherize, Flood of Tears, Filter Out, and Evacuation. Obviously, Cyclonic Rift wasn't in the budget for this deck. The core of our deck consists of Murmuring Mystic, Talran Sky Summoner, Shark Typhoon, and Alondra Sky Dreamer. Supporting our plan, we've also got Artful Dodge, Rescue, and Shore Up. We don't have a lot of creatures in our deck other than a few token generators, so we need to make sure we protect them. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources split between 35 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. A little light, but we have a ton of cantrips, so it's fine. 22 pieces of card advantage. 16 pieces of interaction. 5 board wipes, counting our commander. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory and Scavenger Grounds. No sudden I win cards, but a solid strategy. The weakness of this deck is that we have no way of giving our creatures haste. We can build a pretty good sized army if we try, but we'll want to keep mana open to counter any potential board wipes. So the way you'll want to play a deck like this is to ramp for the first few turns, and cast board wipes early and often. Most of our wipes are actually bounce wipes, which will slow our opponents down. Once we have ramped a bit, we can have 1 or 2 of our token generators hit the table and start building an army. This should allow us to pull ahead, but even if we only have our commander on board, casting a bunch of cantrips every turn will mean we not only win on card advantage, but we'll also generate a huge army of zombies. Do you have a Geralf the Flashwright deck? What direction did you take the deck in? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Midge, Alex, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Turner, Triz, Kazera, Slack, Dan, Booksu, Patrick, and Vox. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.